Okay, we're gonna start with the Premier League. We got all the Premier League actions over the weekend. Well, we still have one game on Monday. Leeds United play hosting Liverpool, but other than that, pretty much the top four team already played, and also the bottom one. So we're gonna go without the Liverpool and Leeds United game. Today we got Nottingham Forest hosting Man United. United won 2-0. Anthony scored, and also my boy Joe Godallo. Anthony had been a while since he scored. That's really gonna be a good boost for him. Let's see how far the Manchester United team can go without Marcus Rashford. And Sabitzer got injured right before the game. He got injured at warm-up, so Christian Eriksen started the game. He played well, actually. Organized from the back. Also, Casemiro was a big boost for the team. Jadon Sancho was not as sharp as it could have been. I would say Anthony, although he scored, it was okay. Martial tried his best, but all in all, Nottingham was just not as strong as opposition that United could have encountered. Although Nottingham is fighting for relegation, and they still have a bunch of games, 3 at home if I remember correctly. They need to fight. Every point is going to count for them. Also, we had today West Ham against Arsenal. Just like last week, Arsenal was leading 2-0 pretty quick, really. 2 goals in 3 minutes, and we thought it's going to be a feast like Manchester City did on the day before. But just like at Liverpool, Arsenal did not hold on, and they found the game finished 2-2. That's back-to-back 4-point dropping in total, back-to-back draw for Arsenal when City is really right behind them. City has 1 game in hand. So for all intents and purposes, we're going to say City has 1 point behind Arsenal when they're going to face Arsenal. Pretty much that's what it is. So Arsenal and West Ham 2-2. Manchester City on Saturday defeated Leicester City easily 3-1. John Stone, Haaland had a brace, and that's it for the Citizen. Looks like the Citizen are making the push for the title. Is Arsenal going to be able to make it to the end of the season as number 1? I wouldn't bet on it because they look like they're feeling the pressure. If I'm going to be honest, it looks like Arsenal is feeling the pressure now. It looks like things are getting tight. You can see even the end of the games, they're panicking. But here's the thing, they start games pretty well. Just like Liverpool, they scored 2 goals first half. Today, they scored also 2 goals. So, I don't know what it is. Once the other team score 1 goal, I feel like they start feeling the pressure and they just crumble under pressure. So, Mikel Arteta need to address that. That's his job, to mobilize the guys, pump them up, hype them up, and make sure the guys are not scared of the moment. Because it looks like they're all getting scared of the moment. Really, they only, 8 games left? They have like 7 games left, but City, who's the primary rival, has 8 games left, which 1 game against Arsenal. So if Arsenal doesn't defeat City, then it's pretty much over because City has better goal differential. City's 1 game in hand, so City's pretty much 1 point, like I say, behind Arsenal. And if they defeat Arsenal, they just won the title. So it feels like City's going to be winning all their games during the remaining of the season. Now, we can't guarantee that, but it just seems that way. And it seems like Arsenal must struggle, especially knowing their schedule coming up. They have a really tight schedule, Arsenal, coming the next few weeks. When you look at both teams' remaining schedule, it looked like Arsenal's going to have a hard time. Today they face West Ham. Now they still have 1 game next game against Southampton, which it should be an easy game. Southampton is really bottom feeder of the league. Then Arsenal also has to play Chelsea, Manchester City, Newcastle, Brighton, Wolverhampton, and then Nottingham Forest. So on this last stretch, they already draw today. They draw against Liverpool last week. They draw today against West Ham. They should be able to beat Southampton. Chelsea, it's going to be tough, although everybody's beating them. Right now, it seems like it's going to be tough. Then City, are they going to win that game? I think City is going to win that game. Newcastle, it's not a given that they're going to win. Brighton, it's not a given they're going to win. And also Wolves. Well, City already won 3-1 against Leicester City. Then they still have to play Fulham. And of course, they have to face Arsenal. And then Everton, easy win. West Ham should be easy win. Brentford should be tight, but I think City can win that game. Leeds United, Brighton, then Chelsea. So the remaining schedule is kind of, if I'm going to be honest, in favor of Manchester City, especially the form of the moment, the schedule, and when they're facing these teams. Because facing Leicester and Fulham back-to-back, and then Arsenal almost feels like a warm up, a win-win, and then you face Arsenal. So yeah, I think City has a better schedule than Arsenal, especially now that Arsenal is kind of like look like they're kind of panicking, falling under pressure. But other than that, Tottenham lost at home against Bournemouth 3-2. Everton, of course, lost at home as usual against Fulham. Chelsea again lost at home against Brighton 2-1. That's 3 matches, 3 losses for Frank Lampard. Is it time for us to start thinking maybe he needs to go? But I guess he was brought up to finish up the season. But why fire Graham Potter if you're gonna be the same result? But 3 games, 3 defeat for Chelsea. Wolves defeated Brentford 2-0. That was a surprise for me, especially the score. Southampton lost at home to Crystal Palace. Aston Villa defeated Newcastle 3-0. That was a big bummer for Newcastle. But Aston Villa is pretty serious this season. Unai Emery is a serious manager and he's pushing for European spot. Matter of fact, they could even make a push. It's a stretch, but they can make a push for top 4. Next game in the Premier League. Arsenal face Southampton, as I mentioned before, on Friday. Should be an easy win. Arsenal is at home. Southampton is dead last. Arsenal is first on the table. Should be no problem. Fulham faces Leeds United. Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. Leicester City, Wolverhampton. Brentford, Aston Villa. That would be a very fun game to watch. Brentford, Aston Villa. Then we're gonna have Crystal Palace, Everton, and then Manchester United, Chelsea. Then Sunday, Newcastle hosts Tottenham, Bournemouth hosts West Ham, and Brighton hosts Manchester City. Should be an easy win for City as well. So that's it for the Premier League, and let's just jump on to the next one.